In today's video, I'm going to share our experience with RideWrap. It wasn't until after I got my new bike, my Stumpy, that I realized I really wanted to wrap the frame. I looked into RideWrap and I decided to shell out the $105 to get the tailored version specific to my bike, the 2022 Stumpjumper EVO Pro size S1. The instructions are actually listed here on the box. In reading it, it really did seem kind of intense. Part of the instructions here say that your workspace needs to be in a clean and well-lit indoor location, and it says that the surrounding air temperature should be between 63 and 80 degrees Fahrenheit with no direct sunlight on the bike. So these instructions specifically made me really nervous. Our home is really dusty and we don't really use our heater much, so we don't really keep the house warmer than 63 degrees Fahrenheit as they recommend, especially right now when it's really cold. I did watch one of RideWrap's videos and it seemed easy enough, so we gave it a try. We actually did it here in this space. We brought the bike stand up, we put towels on the ground, and yeah, it quickly became very frustrating. I mean, we don't know if it was the room temperature or the solution, getting them in the first piece in the right place, clearing all the bubbles, and avoiding lint was so hard. So every time we had to readjust or we wanted to lift the piece to get rid of an air bubble, dust would come and stick underneath. It was so frustrating. We got through a couple pieces, and then the third piece that we did, Eduardo accidentally damaged. And so we had to take some random other pieces that RideWrap included to kind of fill up that space. So basically we attempted 3 pieces. After that, we knew it was going to get ugly if we kept going. Like, we were starting to bicker, and yeah, so we just stopped, and Eduardo realized that he actually knows somebody who does it professionally. Brian Gong, if you're watching this, thank you so much. Eduardo reached out to him and he was able to take my bike and we handed it off to him, just the frame. It was definitely the only solution that Eduardo and I had. Like, we were not going to be able to apply the rest of the kit because it was just so difficult. So it was really convenient to be able to give it to somebody else. Of course, it costs money to do that. So he did a great job. The bike looks great, but even he couldn't avoid getting some lint and bubbles left over. So I guess that's just how it goes with frame protection. Brian, when he was installing the film, actually noticed that a couple pieces were missing, so that's kind of sad. Eduardo and I had to use some spare pieces and cut out a shape to kind of cover up the parts that were missing, and I think that we left one bare because we're just not going to mess with it. I didn't reach out to RideWrap about it. I'm not going to bother. So I think the biggest issue for me is that my bike frame is basically white, so that all those lint particles show up, I think, much more obviously than it would on a different color bike. Like, I feel like most bikes out there are darker, and if you get lint under there, I just don't think you would see it as much. But on my bike, it's really obvious. Okay, it's obvious when you look up close and when the bike is clean. So that's the thing. To be honest, I don't think the tailored kit was worth it for me, because it's a mountain bike. Your mountain bike's gonna get dirty, your mountain bike's gonna get scratched up, and the tailored kit is just so stinking intricate that I needed to pay someone else to do it. If I could go back, I don't think I would have gotten the tailored kit, because I would have liked to be able to do it myself and not spend more money to have someone else do it. I probably would have just gone with the essentials kit. That way, maybe we would have been able to do it ourselves, ideally, and it would have probably been less frustrating because there are less pieces. Of course, if you have the funds, like, fortunately I was able to afford the tailored kit and get it professionally done, so there was much less headache. If you can do that, sure. The RideWrap, like, it looks amazing, it feels amazing, the pieces seem really sturdy and secure on the bike. But if money is at all an issue for you, I wouldn't necessarily recommend it. I think that you could go with just the essentials kit or the covered kit, one of the lower lower levels, or maybe just consider getting a roll of 3M paint protection film. That actually one of my coworkers recommended it to me and I disregarded him, but you can get them for like less than 20 bucks for a big roll. And my worry about doing that was that I'd have to, you know, cut it and spend all this time making it look perfect. But now looking back, I don't know why I worried so much, because your bike's gonna get dirty. You're not going to notice those imperfections in the lines and shapes. And then if you're dissatisfied with a piece, you can pretty easily remove them and do it again. And it would be a lot more affordable. One more thing I really want to add too is that something I've noticed is mud sticks to the wrap. You know, after a muddy ride, you go to rinse down your bike and all that mud typically falls right off. But with this film, I need a solution of soapy water to get rid of all the final stains of the mud from the mud. Like, I don't know, I didn't realize this would be an issue, but it's kind of frustrating. So with that said, in the end, I really don't think I would have gotten the tailored kit again. I would have just wanted to get some pieces to cover up the main critical areas of the bike, which actually my Stumpy came with some parts of it wrapped already. So my honest opinion looking back is I wouldn't have gotten this kit. I think it is a good option if you can easily afford it, or if you can even apply it yourself, install yourself, sure, by all means. But in my personal experience, kind of wish I would have gone for something more basic, more simple, and more affordable. Anyway, I hope this video helped somebody out there who's trying to decide how to protect their bike frame. This was my honest experience with the RideWrap Tailored Kit for my Stumpy EVO Pro. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.